Hey everyone, welcome back to Modern Retro Gal. My name's JL. Today's video, I'm really excited, is this makeup tutorial. I'm going to be showing you how to do your makeup for a statement lip. I love wearing a good statement lip. I think it's really fun. A lot of times if I don't know what I want to do with my makeup, I will just pick out a bolder lipstick color and then I will do a softer, more muted eye to go with it so that my lips are really the focal point, and it kind of takes away the pressure of what am I going to do with my eyeshadow. So if you have some bolder colored lipsticks that you just don't know how to wear them, you don't know what to do with your makeup for, this is a tutorial for you. If you are new to my channel, hello, how are you? I hope you will stay. I would love to have you a subscriber, so please click that little subscribe button down below. I am trying to reach 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year, so I need your help. But that being said, without further ado, here's the makeup tutorial. Okay, so before we get started in the tutorial, I just want to go over a little bit of color theory and what I do with my makeup when I'm doing these statement lip looks. This is makeup that I generally do when I really want the lipstick and my lips to be the focal point of my look. And so I don't do like a really super dramatic eye look. This is often what I turn to when I kind of know what lipstick color I want to wear, but I don't really know what I want to do with the rest of my makeup. So first off, number one, I'm having an allergy attack. So with these looks, I tend to go a little bit more basic with my makeup. I go lighter on my contour or bronzer. And with my blushes, I do one of two things. I will either keep it a little bit more on the neutral side. And by the neutral side with my blush, I mean a color like this is what I normally use. This is from Tarte. It's one of their Amazonian clay makeups. This was a birthday gift from Sephora from a few years back. But it's one of my favorite shades, and it's just like a little bit pinky, a little bit rosy, a little bit mauvey, a little bit beigey. So I will link some alternatives down below. I was looking at the site, so this is kind of generally the color that I stick with. A couple alternatives if you're interested in picking up one of these blushes, which I think they are definitely an investment, but they're really great blushes. They last a long time. I've had this for a few years. I dig into it all the time. But Exposed, Seduce, or Risque. One of those three would be really similar. If I can find something drugstore level, I will link that down below too, but I will also link the Tarte Amazonian clay blushes down below so you can check that out. Today what I actually used, because I'm going with a bubblegum pink, kind of bubblegum Barbie pink lip, is I actually used this pink blush right here. It's cool toned. It has more of that bubblegummy shade. I have a little bit on right now, and then I'm gonna wait once I get the rest of my my eyes and get my lips done and see if I feel like I need any more. But since I know that this has the same undertone and it's in the same color family as my lip, this is what I went with for today. So another thing that I really like to do with the lip is, if I know, like with this pink, let me just swatch this before we get started with everything. Today with this one, I am doing a navy liner for my tight line. Normally I would do black or a dark chocolate brown. You can even do a like dark gray. But this navy blue is just gonna look really pretty. It's not going to overtake my eyes. I'm just doing it with a tight line on the upper line. I'm gonna smudge it a little bit and then go back in with a little bit more. But as you can see, these all work really well together, even that Tarte blush. And then the blush that I actually used today, I'll put here with it. So you can kind of see how going with the same sort of tonal color family is going to work. And it's going to keep that lip to be the focal point. So when choosing your eyeshadows, you want to keep in mind the undertone that you're using for your lipstick. So because this is a more cool toned lipstick, I am going to go with more cool toned eyeshadows. If I was doing more of an orangey red or a brick red, I would probably go with warmer. So these are just some shadows that I have, let me put over here, that are depotted. So as you can see up here, I have a lot of warm toned shadows. So I'm going to stick in this family down here. I'm actually going to go with these two shadows. This is kind of a lavendery pinky shade, and then this is more of like a lavendery taupe. So I'm going to be just using mainly these two colors right here. You could do a single shadow. You could just do a shadow that's maybe a shade or two deeper than your own coloring, just to give a little bit of definition to the eyes. But again, we're going to be keeping the focus on the lips. So we're going to start in with the eyeshadows. I'm going to use a fluffier brush, domed brush like this. We're going to go into the lighter shade, and I'm going to be just putting on quite a few layers of this until I basically work it up to the coverage that I want. So let's get started. So again, I start at the root. Let me figure out direction that you guys are going to be able to see. I start at the root and I keep the most intense color at the root and lash line, and then I just kind of blend and work up. I am going at a little bit of a side angle so that I am not taking up as much real estate again in this area. When you're doing the lighter shade, it's not as important leaving that real estate area open on the eye if you want to do a little bit more of an angled shadow, but it's just something that I kind of prefer to do. And then once you've got that worked up to where you want it to go, I'm going to go in with this next darker shade. You can go as light or as deep as you want with these eyeshadow colors. You could definitely move into one of these two if you wanted to take it darker. But again, we're keeping things kind of light and natural because we want the focus to be on our lips. This is just a really great also shadow technique to do when you just feel like you're kind of a newbie. You can never really get your blend going well. It's just such a simple way to do your makeup that it's a little bit I don't want to say foolproof because I feel like that's not very nice, but it's a really simple technique to do where you can really start to practice your shading and blending by using a couple different colors. If I feel like there's any harsh lines that I'm not really happy with, I will go back a little bit into that darker color. I'm actually going to use a smaller brush for this. This is where it gets a little bit more advanced, taking in different brushes, but this one's a little bit smaller. It's a similar shape to the first one. And I'm just going to kind of go in on the inner corner part and just kind of blend up over the edge just to make sure that I have a really nice smooth look to my eyeshadow. And that's pretty good. This is really the intensity that we're going for with this eyeshadow look because again, we want this to be our focus. We just want to enhance our eye a little bit. Okay, totally got distracted, lost my train of thought. Here we go. So now we're going to go in and we're going to tight line with our eyeliner. Do not be afraid of tight lining. It's really not that scary. We're just going to get into the lash line. It's a little hard to do and talk at the same time. One thing that I recommend if you are not used to tight lining is to kind of have a good amount of liner available when you're doing it. You can practice this doing it with your eye closed, more like this, and get in there. I tend to open my eyelid really, really wide to do this. And what I like to do, just to be a little extra, is I just like to get in there and smudge a little bit. It also helps re-separate your lashes if the liner, what am I trying to say? Kind of got them stuck together. So now I'm just going to go back and I'm just going to put a little bit more, just to make sure that we have a good amount of definition there. And that is this eye. So I am going to do the other side and then I'm going to cover. Okay, so here we are back with both eyes done. You can see there's just a little bit more definition, nothing too crazy. One thing that I do want to give you is a little tip. Don't forget to hydrate. It is hot as all get out up here right now. It never feels as warm upstairs where I'm filming until I start filming, and then I am sweating like crazy. So from here you may be feeling like your makeup's still feeling a little bit boring. Don't worry, once we get that lip on, it's gonna be really great. But first, what we want to do is mascara. Do not forget your mascara. I do top and bottom mascara. Some people prefer to just do top. I like the way it looks on my eyes with both. I'm not defining my under eye. You definitely can if you want. But if you're using a color like a blue liner, I would recommend doing something more neutral underneath. Maybe one of the eyeshadows that you chose, and just like very slightly to give it a little bit more definition, because we don't want to go too crazy with the under eyes, because this really isn't an eye look. This is really a look about the lips. I know I keep saying that, but that's the way it is. So don't forget to curl your eyelashes, and I'll be right back with mascara. And we are back. So here is the look with mascara. As you can see, things are starting to come together. If you're wondering, I am using Mad Lash Mascara from the Balm. I absolutely love this mascara. It has a little end on it that has these itty bitty little bristles, and because my lower lash eyelashes are so short, it really lets me get into just wisping around them and getting them coated without it being a big huge mess. So let's move on to the whole point of this video, and that is the lips, our statement lip color. Again, I'm using Meet Matte Hughes from the Balm in Chivalrous, and I'm going to be pairing it with a Dose of Colors lip liner. I do like to use lip liners, especially kind of nudie pink ones, no matter what color I'm using on my lips, because I can have a reference point of where I want all of my lipstick to go. I do slightly overline my lips, just slightly, not a ton. I basically just barely go over the edge. And then with this look, I like to shade a little bit on the insides of my lips. So we'll be right back and I'll show you what that looks like. So this is what we look like with liner on. A little bit crazy, I know. Another reason why I like to do this is because my lips are slightly uneven, and so by lining them ahead of time, I can kind of perfect the shape before I go in with lipstick. So let's get into the statement lip. This lovely hot pink, not hot pink, but this bubblegum Barbie pink liquid lip. I absolutely love these. So let's fill them in. Here we are back with the lips. Inevitably, I do, even with lining beforehand, have to go in and just kind of fix and perfect a few things, which is totally normal, but this is the final look. Now I'm going to look at myself in the mirror and see if I feel like I need any more blush. This is one of those fine line things where you kind of look at yourself and you go, do I need a little bit more blush? Do I not? I'm gonna add just like a smidge more, just because I kind of feel like maybe she needs a little bit more. Just a little, not a ton, just a little. And that's where I like my blush to be. If you feel like you go overboard, a really easy thing to do is if you have a big fluffy brush that you use for like setting powder, just use that. Don't add anything to it, but just kind of skim around the perimeter, and it just kind of takes down whatever you've done, because there is still a little bit product left in your brush, but you don't have to add anything else to it. So this is the final look. This is how I do my makeup for a statement lip. As you can see, really it's the lips that are the focal point of this, but the eyes are not kind of in the background. They're still there, and they're still defined. So I hope you enjoyed this. I really loved doing this for you all. This is a makeup technique that really you can do with any color lipstick. You just sort of can change up the tone of the eyeshadow that you use, or just use a very like soft kind of creamy color that's a little bit darker than your complexion, just to add a little definition. But don't forget to tightline and add your mascara. Those are a must. So please let me know down below if you try this out, and if you're on Instagram and you do this, please tag me. I would love to see your results. You can find me on Instagram as Modern Retro Gal. So that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed this, and thanks so much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.